Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students of third year class. Today we will discuss the host defense against the tumors, that is called tumor immunity. So my dear students, to know about the tumor immunity, we must know what are the tumor antigens. Antigens that elicit an immune response have been demonstrated in many experimentally induced tumors and in some human cancers. They were broadly classified into two categories based on their pattern of expression. So these are tumor specific antigens, which are present only on the tumor cells and not on any other normal cells, and the tumor associated antigens, which are present on tumor cells and also on some normal cells. The modern classification of tumor antigen is based on their molecular structure and source. See this picture, my dear students, in which you are shown a normal host cell that is displaying multiple MHC associated self antigens. So these are the self proteins, normal self proteins that are seen in a normal cell. So there is no T cell response against that normal proteins. But in case of oncogene products, that are the mutated proteins, like that of the mutated RAS proteins or BCR ABL fusion proteins, that are mutated proteins and not normal. So for such products of oncogene, or we say the mutated tumor suppressor genes, for such such mutated proteins, there is a response of cytotoxic cells of the CD8 plus cytotoxic lymphocytes. So these cells respond, they show their immunogenic activity against these mutated tumor suppressor or genes or any products of oncogene. Here you are shown another example, that is the mutated self proteins, that are various mutant proteins in the carcinogen or radiation induced tumors in which there are mutated proteins. So to that mutated proteins also there is T cell response is seen. Another example is overexpressed or aberrantly expressed self proteins. So in case of such conditions, you may also find the T cell response for the overexpressed abnormal self proteins. Again, CD8 plus cytotoxic lymphocytes. Then is the example of the oncogenic viruses. Say for example the human papilloma virus. So its proteins, the E6, E7, they in cervical carcinoma, and EBNA proteins in Epstein-Barr virus induced lymphoma. To these proteins there is also T cell response for that. So by this picture you can well understand that for aberrant proteins or abnormal proteins or mutated proteins, for all such categories there is the immune response in the form of T cells. T cells respond to that abnormal proteins in mutant cells. So we say that the tumors, they have the immunity in the form of especially the T lymphocytes. So other antigens, as I have told you, the products of mutated genes. Some cancer patients have circulating CD4 plus and CD8 plus T cells that can respond to the products of mutated oncogenes, such as RAS proteins, P53 and BCR ABL proteins. And in animals, the immunization with mutated RAS and P53 proteins, they induce cytotoxic lymphocytes and rejection responses against tumors expressing these mutants. So these examples assured us that there is T cell response against these mutated genes. products of these mutated genes. Then some other antigens including the overexpressed or aberrantly expressed cellular proteins and the tumor antigens produced by oncogenic viruses. Several viruses are associated with the cancers. These viruses produce proteins that are recognized as foreign by the immune system. So these are foreign bodies that are recognized by the immune systems. The most potent of these antigens are proteins produced by latent DNA viruses, and the examples in humans include human papilloma viruses and Epstein-Barr viruses. So there is abundant evidence that cytotoxic lymphocytes recognize the antigens of these viruses and that a competent immune system plays a role in surveillance against virus-induced tumors because of its ability to recognize and kill the virus-infected cells. Then other class of antigens include oncofetal antigens. Oncofetal antigens, these are the proteins that are expressed at high levels on cancer cells and in normal developing fetal cells, but not in adult tissues. So it is believed that the genes encoding these proteins are silenced during development and they are re-expressed upon malignant transformation. So two most thoroughly characterized oncofetal antigens, these include carcinoembryonic antigen and alpha fetoproteins that are raised much folds in case of many cancers, including the colorectal carcinoma and the hepatocellular carcinoma in the human beings. Then other classes, altered cell surface glycolipids and glycoproteins. Most humans and experimental tumors, they express higher than normal levels, and abnormal forms of surface glycoproteins and glycolipids which may be diagnostic markers and target for the therapy. So these altered molecules, these include gangliosides or blood group antigens and mucins, etc. So many antibodies have been raised in animals that recognize the carbohydrate groups or peptide cores of these molecules. So antibodies are found against these altered cell surface glycolipids and glycoproteins. Then other type are the cell type specific differentiation antigens. These are the tumors, they express the molecules that are normally present on the cells of origin. So these antigens are called differentiation antigens because they are specific for particular lineages or differentiation stages of various cell types. So specific differentiation antigens, these are found in those tumors that originate from that normal cell. So the normal functioning behavior of that cells, these are found in that antigen. Such differentiation antigens are typically normal self antigens and therefore they do not induce immune response in tumor bearing hosts. Their importance is as potential targets for immunotherapy and for identifying the tissue of origin for the tumors. So my dear students, as we have discussed that there are certain types of antigens, tumor antigens. So to that tumor antigens we have certain immunoprotective functions, including at the top of which are including the cytotoxic T lymphocytes. So now we will discuss what are the various anti-tumor effects or mechanisms that are found in our body against the tumor. So first of all, cell mediated immunity, that is the dominant anti-tumor mechanism. Although antibodies can be made against tumors, but there is no evidence that they play a protective role under physiologic conditions. So we will discuss the cytotoxic T lymphocytes. The anti-tumor effect of cytotoxic T cells reacting against the tumor antigen is well established in experimentally induced tumors. In humans, CD8 plus cytotoxic lymphocytes, they play a protective role against virus-associated neoplasm, especially Epstein-Barr virus, human papilloma virus-induced tumors, and have been demonstrated in the blood and tumor infiltrates of cancer patients. And in some cases, such CD8 plus T cells do not develop spontaneously in vivo but can be generated by immunization with tumor antigen pulsed dendritic cells. So they show a protective role. These cytotoxic T lymphocytes show a protective role and immunogenic activity against the tumors. Then are the natural killer cells. The natural killer cells are lymphocytes that are capable of destroying tumor cells without prior sensitization, and thus they may provide the first line of defense against tumor cells. After activation with interleukin 2 and interleukin 15, the natural killer cells can lyse a wide range of human tumors, including many that seem to be non-immunogenic for T cells. So these are also very helpful, my dear students, natural killer cells. Then the third category are the macrophages. The activated macrophages, they exhibit cytotoxicity against tumor cells in vitro. T cells, natural killer cells and macrophages, they may collaborate in anti-tumor reactivity because the interferon gamma, that is a cytokine, you all know, that is secreted by T cells and natural killer cells, and it is a potent activator of macrophages. So activated macrophages, they may kill tumors by mechanisms similar to those that is used to kill the microbes. So what are those mechanisms? That is production of reactive oxygen metabolites or by secretion of tumor necrotic factor. So macrophages also play a useful role against the tumors. Now we come to the antibodies. Although there is no evidence for the protective effect of anti-tumor antibodies against spontaneous tumors, administration of monoclonal antibodies against tumor cells can be therapeutically effective. A monoclonal antibody against CD20, that is a B cell surface antigen, is widely used for the treatment of lymphomas. So all these are the tumor immune mechanisms that are working, that have useful work against the tumor.